Hello, one and all. It's Mr. Christopher with Funkatopia, and I've been telling you about these guys for a couple years now. Ladies and gentlemen, High Fade's in the house.
Yeah.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
I don't get an opportunity to actually come to a lot of shows and actually do these types of interviews backstage. Normally, it's always online and whatnot. So to get this, to be able to do it
In the flesh.
phenomenal. First off, for people that don't know who you are, tell them a little bit about High Fade, and I guess I'll let you introduce yourself from left to right, or we'll start with you guys.
How's it going? My name's Harry Valentino. I play guitar and sing in High Fade. We're from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yes.
It's a small little country, but we are mighty. So, yeah.
We've seen the movies.
That one movie, that's amazing. I've seen Mel Gibson in action, yes. Oh god. Anyway.
Freedom!
Interruption of Scottish. I'm Ollie, I'm the bass player of High Fade. Hello. How's it going?
My name's Calvin. I am the drummer and singer in High Fade. Hello.
Okay, and I'm really excited because this is actually 3 times that you guys have been to the States. Only the second time you've been to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Sorry I missed it the first time, but I wasn't going to let it
Hey,
happen
you're
the second
all right.
time.
Hey,
Wasn't
man,
gonna
quite a
happen.
lot of people did, so you're good.
Well, and I've been talking about you guys for a couple years now on Funkatopia, just telling, and I think I made
you, man.
it. Absolutely. You guys were unbelievable. Spotify threw you guys into a list, and I said,
Nice.
what is this? And ended up down a rabbit hole.
Nice.
Oh, nice, man.
So excited to actually get an opportunity to check out your new album last year, which made it onto the best funk list of 2024.
Hell yeah.
Woo! I mean,
baby.
it's just amazing. I was so glad that you guys had that many songs to actually put on there.
Oh, we got even more as well.
Oh yeah, phenomenal. Oh yeah,
That's
you
coming.
guys are always creating, and I think actually Spotify wasn't it was an Instagram post that you guys were playing in the middle of the street.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
And just
Edinburgh.
tell me about
Good old busking.
Yeah,
Actually, that's the photo on the front of the cover. Is the castle that we busk in front of.
That's
in
the
front of
spot.
those videos as
That's
well.
the spot.
That is the spot.
so what? Tell me a little bit about this. Do you not need permission or a license or anything to kind of go out there and play?
No,
In the
no.
States, it gets crazy.
Not for that spot, no. But for other spots in Edinburgh, you do. But since we couldn't go to those because we're a band and we
We're
can't
not
have
big
amps,
fans,
we
yeah.
play quite loud and use
Yeah.
amps. Really, we need someone that's kind of, I don't know, like the street noise almost kind of covers it up a bit. Because it's like buses and trams and stuff. It's quite a noisy street.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's like
someone
it's the main strip in Edinburgh.
Mm.
You want to
that's
call
like
it
it's the
main
high
strip.
street.
Yeah. It's-
Isn't there like a bus stop? There seems like there's some type of activity or some type of crosswalk that's
It's a
happening.
crosswalk, that's exactly
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
What is it in
It's a
front
good
of it?
spot.
Okay, all right.
Crosswalks are where your ass at because even if they don't like you, they gotta stop at the red
They
light
gotta
and
stop
wait
at the red
anyway.
light,
And hopefully they will like you by the time they get across.
So do you guys
Especially
like
in
sell
Edinburgh.
CDs on the site or just put flyers
sometimes,
out?
like-
Technically, you're not allowed to sell anything.
That's why you
when
would
you
then
do
need a
need a
permit.
license. But if you ask for suggested donations
Gotcha.
of a
Okay.
certain amount, you
All right.
get-
So we're technically not selling anything. They just
No, not
actually
selling- not
donate
selling anything.
towards
So
it.
that's how the Jehovah's Witnesses next to us get like they around it as well.
So,
So what is the most people that you ever had gather there that kind of made?
that was after the Tom Jones
Yeah,
concert.
Tom Jones gig, man.
So we played before
Must have
Tom
like
Jones.
500
Okay, no, I
people
need to
there.
hear this.
We played before Tom Jones. We didn't play before him. We were on that spot, and he was playing in the Gardens, which is like one of the stages just underneath the castle that they have.
We were supposed
Sorry,
to
that was
play
right in
on
front of your face.
It's
like-
okay, bro. It's okay.
So Tom Jones
For
was
Tom
playing,
Jones.
and we all had this moment of like, nah, we can't carry on busking whilst he's playing. We're just gonna have to stop
Yeah.
and listen to it. So we listened to the whole concert from the spot.
And he's still got it, man. I'll give Tom Jones that.
Yeah,
He's
he's
amazing.
good,
He's so
man.
good. We were all sitting there like, damn.
He's one of the only guys I want to see before.
Yeah.
It's not
Big.
unusual.
All to be loved by one. But obviously we were at the top of the corner.
So that's such a good
It's a
song.
good tune. We were at the top of the corner, and obviously the gig had finished for him, so we started busking and stuff, and then everyone, there must have been, what, 5,000-6,000 people coming out of the gates.
Yeah. And
So
at
they
least
just,
like
yeah.
10% of those just were like, oh, street
Yeah.
party.
That was
yeah.
kind of it, but then the other one was we
Played after the Eagles.
The
had
Eagles played at Murrayfield, and we were like, you know what? Let's just go and busk at the tram stop. And busk in front of the bins at the tram stop with like
Yeah.
30,000 people coming to the
That's
Yeah.
coming out
phenomenal.
that way.
And there's a lot of Americans there as well, seeing them, kind of following on,
Oh, yeah,
on
that
the tours.
happens,
So that was
yeah.
pretty cool. And then people that seen us, like, have came and seen us on like these tours here. They've seen us like
Busking
playing in front of some
outside,
bins.
or
at
on the street.
Murrayfield.
Even like when we were on the street, there was someone last night who was like, "Oh, I was in Edinburgh last week and I didn't see you." And we were like, "Well, we're here. That's why."
Yeah.
Right.
That's the kind of time in Edinburgh as well. I don't think I was in the band with the Tom Jones thing, but I think that's the time of year Fringe is happening. So that's a different kind of thing as well, you know. You got like, I think the population of Edinburgh is something like 250,000.
Triple
And then
1.5 million or something.
Yeah, 1.5 million during Fringe during August. So these
Wow.
guys would have been busking then.
Ribs.
I joined a couple months after that. But yeah, the city turns into a different thing. So busking during that time was like, dude, this.
Yeah.
You
So
got this.
who's the youngest in the band?
That's me and the baby.
And how old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay. Which one of you had to sacrifice the most in order to chase this dream and do all this touring, or whatever?
I don't
Or-
think.
or-
I
I
wouldn't
think
say
we
any
all
of those.
sacrifice. Yeah.
All of us
It's a
sacrifice
mixture.
a lot.
Yeah.
Is this all that you do right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
full time.
Congratulations.
I mean,
that's
I've been doing
that's
this for
the dream.
7
That's
years
the dream.
now. So
That's it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
We're
that's
very lucky
fantastic.
to be over here doing what we
This.
do, and yeah,
I think
being able
we-
to play a lot of shows in Atlanta and Texas.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
welcome to Atlanta.
I think we enjoy it even more than a lot of the fans do. We just enjoy playing
right,
for
yeah.
people. You know, I think that's what kind of drives us. Is we
Well,
enjoy
yeah,
playing so much that we're like, cool. And we want to play everywhere, anywhere,
Yeah.
for whoever
It's the
wants to
same on
pull
that.
up and party.
You wouldn't sacrifice as much as you are to do
No,
this if you
you didn't want to.
didn't enjoy at least some part about it.
We all kind of make our own different sacrifices in
Yeah,
this
exactly,
thing to be
yeah.
able
Yeah.
to do it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Whether it's
And I think all three of us have it joins up to make the hour and a half we get on stage with it. You know, like,
yeah,
Oh,
like
all
we'll
the
travel
traveling.
9 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours sometimes to play a 1 hour show.
Oh, that's
We'll be like,
Chicago to Flagstaff.
And then right back.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
24 hours.
for one gig, you know. So you're kind of half the time just hoping that is people showing up.
So how did you guys meet?
I started the band 7 years ago, and then I phoned Ollie about 2 years into that, and was like, I need a bass player. And
how did
then
you know Ollie?
from playing in a 9-piece reggae
It was
ska
like
band
regular
together.
ska, dub, drum and bass.
That's where that, because I every review that I've done of you, I always throw the police in there.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
because you have
Love the
this,
police, man. Love
you
they
have
are
this
honorable
same
mention.
this same kind of, I don't know, recipe where it kind of has that reggae feel to it.
Some of us have got it.
But you also have that frenetic energy
Yeah.
on.
Like
you
they
know,
took a genre and they were like, we're going to do our own thing with it.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
just, especially the drums. It's like this frenetic energy. It's just like
Right.
keeps on.
I fucking love
amazing.
Stuart
monster,
Copeland as
right?
well.
Stuart is a monster.
Yes, he's a
Go.
monster. Got an opportunity
Go.
to actually meet him and see him
Oh.
tour with his own police
Nice.
thing.
Was it
He's-
deranged? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Yeah,
sick,
my
sick.
friend was actually singing with his as his background vocalist. Her name is Tamar. She used to work with Prince,
Oh,
and then
nice.
she
That makes sense.
yeah. So Stuart picked her up and added her to the background vocals.
We
along
actually
with-
met the guitarists that he's
Yeah.
using with that.
Is it really? Yeah, yeah.
Really randomly. Shani, I forget his second
In
name.
Italy, wasn't it? or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
really
crazy
nice
good,
guy,
man.
Yeah.
Great show.
Really good player.
So, how has the album been? How's the album been received? I mean, besides the best funk list of 2024, how has it been received
I mean,
over in
it's
Scotland?
I think
it's done
incredibly
pretty
well.
well. It charted, it hit the iTunes charts in Scotland, Ireland, UK, France, Netherlands, Germany, and here in the US as well. At one point, it was only there for a few days, but it still made it.
Still
it,
there.
it debuted, I
Yeah,
think, in like
right.
was
64
81.
or something in the States,
Wow,
which
that's
was
great.
for the first time ever, first album ever. I think that's nuts. to be
Especially for
fair,
an
so.
independent UK Scottish artist.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not heard of in a while.
Yeah,
so
it's,
like,
it's a little bit. You got to be able to have the correct connections to make sure it gets
Yeah,
landed
sure.
in the right place.
Yeah.
That's obviously I felt like I had to do my part because there
Thank
are
you,
a
man.
lot
That's
of
really
bands.
appreciated.
Well,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and funk is very very different over in Europe. It's very very different.
Yeah.
There's not really a scene for it in the UK. There's like, at the
No.
moment, there's not really a scene for the kind of music we're doing.
It's really hard to find bands to like play with and have like support
Europe,
or
yeah.
us support them unless like you've got like Wolfpack or Corey Wong that are coming over and touring for like 2 weeks in Europe and then that's it. But like they're not taking like our schedule won't line up with theirs or theirs won't line up with ours and it's really hard to try and build a scene in Europe,
Yeah.
let alone the UK because
Yeah, UK
there's a lot of bands playing
smaller
funk
funk,
but it's
isn't
all
it?
covers. They're not playing their own stuff, which is the hardest
Very
thing. is
disappointing, yeah.
Trying to do your own thing with it is
Well, there's just not really a market so much for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff over there. So the funk covers they're doing are the old ones that everyone knows.
but we're
Yeah,
trying our
funky
best to bring
music,
that
but
market
Yeah. There's a lot of good music coming out of Scotland now, actually.
yeah
Yeah. Well,
well bands are cooking
name something.
We got Coral Waltz was a good one.
yeah figurines was in
Figurines,
Edinburgh
They're great. There's a big shoegaze scene happening in Scotland now again. That's
Yeah,
with some
huge.
Puppy Teeth and people
Big
like that.
underground
They're
metal
good.
scene as well.
Big
Yeah,
underground metal
I feel
scene. There's like that's the thing. There's maybe 3 or 4 bars in Edinburgh you can do these small scene things, and then the 2 that will have bands consistently is the cover stuff. So that's I guess the bigger scene because Edinburgh's maybe more touristic and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, it can be difficult, but we managed to get out of Edinburgh playing the shows to then actually be able to come back to Edinburgh and be like, oh, maybe you want to come to a show now, and people would
Yeah.
a little bit more because it's seen that we've been away for longer.
As much as
Wouldn't
it
be back
hurts,
for a while.
getting out of your hometown and playing at no one, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and then eventually those 6 people that came becomes 12, and it's 24, it's 48. And
Shout
then-
out to the Golden Line in Bristol because we played to like 10 folk there, and then wow, what did we do?
350.
350 in January just passed. And
We
another place
sold
in
out the same
Bristol.
place like 3 times
That's
in Bristol.
awesome.
But we
That
went
is
down there and
scary.
we literally played to like less than 10 people
Yep.
in the bar. And it was like an 8-hour drive.
It was an 8-hour drive down and then 8
And I
hours
drove back
up
as
the
well.
next day
Oh
because we had a
my
Cold
God.
Town show that night.
Bruh. It was
So,
horrific.
I'm just glad you
We
guys are
played to
doing
6 people in Cold Town House. So,
Yeah, what?
it. And do you feel like you have more energy, or you're just like, or I mean, obviously you feed off of the energy of the audience, but has it ever been? Do you feel like it's just you're gonna use that moment? to
I'm always just
for
fired
this?
up.
Oh,
To be fair, like-
some of those Cold Town shows though have just been
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that's the big, yeah.
If there's no one there, then yeah, it's hard to get yourself in that zone. But sometimes those are the nights you play your
Your best,
absolute
yeah,
best.
yeah.
Crazy. There's no
shit.
one there. You just start doing wild stuff.
If you don't
where you're
care,
like,
it's just like a practice at that point. You're like, right, I'm just gonna try and see what happens.
yeah, let's see what
That's
goes
when
on.
we start looking at each other and be like, that was sick.
That's good.
Was that-
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad you guys are doing it. You guys like you and Federation of the Disco Pimp and all these little bands.
What,
that
they
got-
great, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard those guys. That they're from. I'm trying to think exactly where they're from.
I'll check
now.
them out.
Yeah, but they're from your neck of the woods. It's
Oh,
a band
nice.
called Federation of the Disco Pimp, and apparently whatever award ceremony that they won an award at, they were seated at a table all the way in the back because nobody expected them to win, and this like really
Oh, yeah.
all high hobnob folks that are all sitting up there in suits and they announced the winner, Federation of the Disco Pimp. And they were like all dressed down, and they had to like walk quietly
Run
through
away
all
with their
these
friends.
people to get their awards.
It's like,
It's
yeah.
pretty amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Are you guys doing any festivals or
We've
trying
got,
to get
we've got
attached
quite a few lined up, but unfortunately.
here in the
we-
States or?
We can't name any names yet, unfortunately, but yeah,
We're going
it's
about
coming.
a little bit.
It's coming. We got a few. We're
going around.
All right, so tell me about this new album that's out now, that's available on Spotify. Much rather that you go and actually purchase it, but
You can purchase it on www.highfademerch.com. Do it now.
t-shirts also.
Oh yeah.
And t-shirts, yes.
And t-shirts
And
as well.
CDs. And favors.
So you said there was a lot more music coming. That obviously this is the first album, but how long did it take to put together? What was your?
I think we spent about a year on Life's Too Fast. Don't get me wrong, it's got a few songs that are a bit older. Maybe
I think putting the
around
actual
for a while.
songs together didn't take that long, but the recording
No.
and actually getting it ready to go out took a while.
We recorded
we
it
recorded
last
it in
January.
8 days.
Yeah. Like the actual process of the music being done was nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was quick.
I think we spent 10 days total. I spent 2 days doing vocals after, and we cut
Oh, right,
everything
yeah.
live there and then.
Some
So like
vocals.
8 days in the studio, and then a couple of days here and there just chucking some vocals on it. And then we spent like 7 months getting everything ready, all the mixes, all the masters, getting the vinyl ready, getting the CDs ready,
Deciding
getting it
what,
uploaded, the
what
artwork.
singles we want to put out as our lead singles, what order we want to put them in.
Yeah.
I've only seen the album place. What are you releasing from there as a single?
So we released Pick Me Up, 666999,
That's a good one.
and Born to Big with the three.
Yeah. And Take Care
Oh,
of
good
Us as
choices.
well.
And Take Care, and then Life's Too Fast came out with the album as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gossip would be great. It's instrumental, but Gossip would be good. Do you do all of the?
We'd released Gossip as a single before, but then we were like, we're gonna put it on the album because we didn't. I mean, we just didn't want to piss anyone off, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
like, it has to be on the album. It's too
The
much.
original track listing we came up with,
Yeah.
actually last time we were in the States. I
We were in the Oregon Badlands.
Yeah, and that got bid very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got some songs that will make more sense when they come out with more context of the album, plus maybe a couple of releases after that.
Yeah.
Then we can start going back.
Well,
Pretty
and do you
much.
pretty much play all the songs off the album during a show?
Yeah,
or-
we do that, yeah.
Everything's
Because
on there. Yeah, yeah.
Because we're doing the album tour, we thought it'd be good to get like
All album
classic
tunes.
high fade. Can you call them classic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic high fade tunes.
Anything that wasn't on the album is
Pretty
also
much,
getting
yeah.
played, but the album
Or
gets
toast
played
and
too.
coffee.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's good with the classics.
I
in
guess
there that
they're
people
like
want,
a-
and then
lead singles from before the album came out.
Right,
Before that was
exactly.
done. There.
You gotta play the staples, you know.
Yeah,
I don't like when
flagship
bands like
songs.
just start dropping songs because like.
Well, I mean, just the EP that you guys released was enough to get a lot of people's attention, and of course, we had to make sure that it was out there. It was like, hopefully, there's an album coming because this is bad.
What?
And I'm glad you had enough to put together for an EP. But
Hell yeah.
I know you guys got to get ready for the show. Listen, I'm Mr. Christopher with Funkatopia. This is High Fade, and let me just say,
Funkatopia.
if you have any opportunity to get to go see them live, please do.
see us.
HighFadeMerch.com is where you're going to go to
You can
pick up this
find-
CD.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, it's guaranteed.
rough
You
chin.
want to check it out. Also, head to Funkatopia.com, go to the best funk list of 2024. You're going to find it on there, and you can listen to it on Spotify and everything else.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. These, you got to go see them live. Make sure they're hitting your town.
We'll see you at the shows. Let us know.
See you there.
Be there, be square.
Come see
That's
Chris
right.
send you.
That's right.